Shri Konda Visheshwar Reddy ji.
Honorable Chairman, thank you, sir. Thank you for this opportunity. Sir, standards are extremely important. They affect the consumer, they affect the quality of life. Standards affect manufacturers and industries. They affect the economy. But more than that, sir, they affect the implementation of government policies and schemes. Standards can affect the image of our country on the global stage. And in healthcare, sir, standards can actually save patients' life or kill patients. So I'd like to congratulate the government and the Honourable Minister for introducing this bill. The previous government also recognized it, and credit goes to them as well. And they referred it to the Standing Committee. And Standing Committee has given about 12 recommendations. But once again, sir, I would congratulate the present government and the minister. Approximately about 10 of the approximately 12 recommendations given by the then Standing Committee has been accepted and included in the bill. So it's heartening to note that despite our political differences, in rare situations like this, we all come together in the interest of the company. I hope other ministries and other bills also get passed in a similar manner. So the bill seeks to repeal the 1986 Act of the Bureau of Indian Standards. It is timely and much needed. It seeks to establish a governing council assisted by the executive and the advisory committees within the Bureau. And the BIS has two significant roles to play through its function: consumer protection and promote trade of standardized goods and service. A strong executive is definitely welcome move, sir. It certifies precious metals, especially gold. And, sir, without this, the other schemes of the government, the Prime Minister's gold monetization scheme could not be implemented. But now I think with this, the gold monetization scheme can easily be implemented now. The bill seeks to include standardization of services, especially healthcare, environment, practice, safety and security. It is indeed the need of the hour, sir. I would like to point out here the National Accreditation Board for Hospital and Healthcare has so far accredited only 51 hospitals, while there are 358 still pending applications, and thousands of them haven't even applied and are not even accredited by NABL. So the standards for public health in India are so low that India loses 66% of the GDP annually because of premature death and preventable illness. We need standardization and conformity assessment for the service sector too. So there are thousands and thousands of standards, actually lakhs of standards. There's a standard for the lights, there's a standard for the bricks, standard for the mic and electronics and everything you can think of. Every product or service has a standard. But it is practically impossible for the government to take the sole responsibility of standardization and implementation and monitoring and regulating the standards. So it is the responsibility of the industry and other private bodies, sir. It is very welcome that the minister, yesterday he mentioned, he has taken cognizance of that, and by recognizing and endorsing and accrediting other standard institutions within and outside the country. So that is a very progressive move that our government and our ministry has taken. The bill provisions for self-certification. Again, this is very welcome, because one cannot possibly monitor thousands and lakhs of standards. So a self-certification simplifies things. And also, if somebody self-certifies, it gives when they approach the court, it gives them proof that they have certified and they are not following. So I think it's a very good move. The bill gives rights to police officers and above the rank of DSP to search, seize without warrant. Again, a welcome move, sir. Sir, we support the bill. The bill is very much required, and in the goal of standardization of the country. Some suggestions, sir, from our side is BIS. Many suggestions already honourable members have given, so I'll limit some of the suggestions. BIS must promote private testing laboratories in India, not only by accreditation, but also providing them financial assistance and subsidize the cost of testing to deserving customers. So, unless MSME subsidize the cost of testing for bricks and other things for small and medium scale industry. Even if they go to private laboratories, I think the government should look at subsidizing this. The bill should include provision for giving BIS access to scientific and research institutions, because it's not an administrative and enforcement task, sir, because a lot of science and research is required in developing the standards. So all the scientific organizations within the country, CISR, should be involved with the BIS. The bill should, one of the things I think the bill ignored, and it was in the standing committee, sir, that BIS is short-staffed and under-researched organization. Many Indian products still fail to get certified because the laboratories are not certified. So I think we need to strengthen and provide more staff to the BIS. So the regular revision of standards to meet changing technology and advancement. And there are many, many examples, sir. Secondly, there are several regulatory authorities that publish their own standards, sir, like the Central Pollution Control Board, the Food Safety Standards Authority, the Central Drug Standard Control Organization, National Accreditation NABL for hospitals and healthcare providers, National Highways Authority. So there are many, many standards organizations, sir. They must be given the same teeth as well, sir. There should be similar penalties when those standards also are deviated, and DSP or similar powers to monitor. And lastly, there should be a harmonization among all this. The government should focus on the required standards for implementing new policies and huge investment. So in case of this gold monetization, we are very glad that the standards for gold and precious metal are there. But sir, we are planning to get into solar energy, sir. The standards are not there, and definitely we need India-specific standards, sir. I'll go a little more detail into that solar and two examples, sir. So we are planning to invest thousands and thousands of crores, and we import solar panels from China and Germany. And they say 1 kilowatt panel, but that 1 kilowatt panel in India does not generate 1 kilowatt. Even if it's of standard, it generates half of that much. And so all the industries that went to solar energy in India, all loss-making except 2 or 3. All the people who started manufacturing have either closed down the solar panel manufacturing or in losses. And when they do the project assessment, they say solar megawatt costs 6 crores. But when you compare apple to apple, it costs 36 crores per each solar megawatt, and they are unviable. So I think not only exports, the imports also have to be monitored, and there has to be India-specific standards. So the fly ash bricks, once again, we don't have sufficient testing laboratories. The fly ash bricks reduce pollution and they give employment to small entrepreneurs and business to small entrepreneurs. But they are not accepted well in the construction industry because of inability to test them and maintain certain standards. So there should be much more laboratories doing this, sir. So there's one more very, very important, sir. While I can attribute or blame many things for standard, I would like to attribute my cough today that I'm having also to the standard, sir. Exactly 9.9 kilometers from here is a waste management. They burn the waste and they generate 30 megawatts. I think ILFS or some company like that does it. And India is the only country, sir, today we have burnt 4,000 tons of waste of Delhi mixed with plastic, and it's going into the air and it's causing pollution. So our quality standards for air also is very, very not in tune with the requirement. They are burning plastic and putting dioxin into the air. When you look at the chimney, there's no smoke because dioxins are invisible. And that's happening as we are speaking. If we bring that standard, sir, and they're doing it legally because it's not part of the quality standards for air.
अब समाप्त करिए.
Yeah. So lastly, sir, I'll just finish. Lastly, I think a lot of people said the GST bill can add 2% to our GDP. But I think, sir, the ministry, this bill is very, very important, because if this bill is implemented properly, I think it can add more than 3% to our GDP, sir. We support the bill. It affects the image of India and the pride of India in a global arena. Thank you, sir.
Shri P.K. Biju.